Racehorses have always captured the heart and imagination of the people who witnessed them. The stories surrounding the horses often resemble the grandeur of a Hollywood film, but sometimes they don't have storybook endings. Lost in the Fog was a son of Lost Soldier and out of the Dr. Carter mare Cloudbreak. Born in Florida on February 4th, 2002, he was a bay colt with a distinctive blaze down his face. Bred by Susan Sepper, the colt was sold as a weanling for $13,000 and again as a yearling for $48,000. He was an RNA in the 2-year-old Ocala Breeders' Sale in March 2004 and was subsequently sold privately for $140,000 to Harry Elio. Trained throughout his career by Greg Gilchrist, Lost in the Fog debuted going 5 furlongs at Golden Gate Field in November of his 2-year-old year. Jockey Russell Bays rode the favored colt to his maiden-breaking victory. They came back the following month to win the Arizona Juvenile Stakes at Turf Paradise. The following January, Lost in the Fog won the Sunshine Millions Dash, then went on to his 4th consecutive victory in the Swale Stakes in March. Greg Gilchrist then sent his bay colt to the 7-furlong Bayshore Stakes at Aqueduct, and chose to bypass the enticing Triple Crown races, opting instead to keep his rising star sprinting. He went off at odds of 1-9 in the Golden Bear Breeders' Cup Stakes at Golden Gate Field, and then tripped to Belmont Park, where Edgar Prado would ride him to a victory in the Riva Ridge Breeders' Cup Stakes. Russell Bays rode the colt to victory again in the Carryback Stakes at Calder, where Lost in the Fog set the stakes record of 109 and 3/10 seconds. And then the bay was sent to Saratoga's King's Bishop Stakes. Favored as he had been in all of his prior starts, he did not disappoint. Lost in the Fog took the month of September off before returning on the 1st of October to win the Bay Meadows Speed Handicap. From there, he was sent to the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Lost in the Fog was going into the Breeders' Cup with a shot at year-end Eclipse Award for Horse of the Year. Undefeated in 10 starts, he was an odds-on favorite in the race. However, the brilliant sprinter failed to reward his backers, finishing a dismal 7th behind Silver Train. After the Breeders' Cup, it was decided that Lost in the Fog would be given some time off. Despite his loss in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, Lost in the Fog was named 2005 Champion Sprinter and eventually made his comeback on April 22nd of 2006, where he finished second to Carthage in the Oakland Tribune at Golden Gate Fields. However, he came back in June to win the Aristides Breeders' Cup Stakes at Churchill Downs. His final start was in the Smile Sprint Handicap at Calder Racecourse. Going off at slightly higher than even money, he ran a puzzling 9th, suggesting that perhaps he had lost the brilliance that had earned him championship honors the year prior. He had been favored in every lifetime start and earned just under $1 million. In August 2006, Lost in the Fog's handlers took him to the California Davis Veterinary School when he showed signs of mild colic. After performing a biopsy on the colt, the doctors found a large lymphoma about the size of a cantaloupe on his spleen. Though the necessary surgery was a rare operation, the doctors thought that it could possibly give Lost in the Fog a healthy life. Gilchrist had thought that Lost in the Fog's recent poor performances had been due to quarter cracks. Owner Harry Alea was also extremely concerned about his horse, stating that, "We will do anything we can for this horse. It's almost a Barbaro-type situation." On August 18th, however, the situation worsened. 2 additional tumors were discovered, an egg-sized mass in the membrane suspending the spleen, and a second tumor, as large as the first, beneath Lost in the Fog's spine, which could not be removed surgically. Lost in the Fog was vanned back to his home track at Golden Gate Fields, where he was pampered by those close to him. "We'll keep him in his stall for a week or 10 days, Gilchrist said. This would be the best thing to do, get him back with his groom. I just couldn't leave him up there to be euthanized and thrown in the boneyard." The trainer said that it would not be proper to subject Lost in the Fog to chemotherapy or extensive surgery, or to try and extend his life beyond his comfort level. He wanted to keep his champion as happy as possible, and would not allow the horse to suffer. On September 17th, 2006, Lost in the Fog was quietly euthanized. He had been grazing when Gilchrist noticed that he was in obvious distress, and he was humanely euthanized. On September 30th, Golden Gate Fields held a celebration of his life. The colt's remains were cremated, and Harry Aleo arranged for his ashes to be buried at Golden Gate Fields, where he now rests next to Silky Sullivan. A post-mortem necropsy on Lost in the Fog revealed that his cancer was more widespread than previously believed. A Blood Horse article published on October 18th said that one lymphoma ran almost the length of the colt's back, though it was originally thought to be only about 1 foot long. According to Dr. David Wilson, director of UCD's Large Animal Clinic, it went all the way from his pelvis to invade and erode his diaphragm and chest cavity. It also involved his arteries, kidneys, and intestinal organs. In earlier tests, the large tumor had been partially hidden by other organs. Lost in the Fog also had another tumor the size of a football in his spleen. Doctors told the owner that the tumors could have been growing for up to a year. Nevertheless, Lost in the Fog had performed admirably at the highest levels of competition, and just weeks before his death, he continued to record bullet workouts at Golden Gate Fields.